Hello, all. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing well. So, today we are going to discuss on one of the most important topics in SQL. See, as a developer, there are some small things in SQL that we should understand clearly because they can make a big difference in our day to day coding. When we search YouTube, we usually find videos covering major SQL topics like stored procedures, joins, CTs, or window functions, right? But sometimes even a very small concept can create confusion when we actually write code. So in today's video, we are going to take one such simple concept of like the position of a variable and a column around the equal sign in SQL Server. So we are going to understand these three common scenarios, right? And you will really find it interesting at the end of this video, and you will clearly understand what SQL Server is doing in each case with a simple practical example. So let's get started. Let's jump to the demo, right? So as you can see that this is a simple example that I have taken to explain these three scenarios, right? So you can see that we are creating a table name student and with the columns that is ID and name, and we are going to insert these two records. I have just taken this just for the simple explanation, right? So you can understand the applicability of these three scenarios, right? So let's create our table. Okay, so you can see that table is created and we are going to insert these two records. Let's see what the table has the data. So we'll do a simple select star from, the what is our table name, which is our table name is student. Okay, so we are going to see the data. So let's select it. So you can see that we have two records. ID is one, name Ali, and ID two, name is Amir. Okay. Now, what is our first scenario saying? So what I think you all are familiar with the concept of variables in SQL, right? So basically, when we are doing T-SQL programming, variable concept comes into picture, right? So let's discuss the first scenario. What does this scenario is actually trying to explain? Okay, so let's get jump back to the SQL Server Studio. First of all, let's discuss scenario one, right? So let me just write it simply as scenario one. I'm going to declare one variable. So we all know that how to declare a variable using the declare keyword. We are going to use a variable as name and the data type it is varchar 50. Okay. I have declared the variable. Now I'm going to write a simple select statement. So select at the rate name is equal to name from student table where id is equal to 1. Okay, just a second, where id is equal to 1. Okay, so now what we are going to do is select at the rate name. Okay, let me explain what this particular lines of code is doing. So basically, you can see that in when we have done a select star on the student table, we have two records, ID and name, one, two, Ali and Amir. Now, what I'm doing is I'm declaring a simple variable. So declare keyword with the variable name and the data type is varchar 50. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is that you can see select at the rate name. Okay, what it is doing basically is this is a variable. Now this variable is taking the value from this name column from the student table where id is equal to 1. Okay, so what it is doing, this is a variable. Right now we haven't initialized any value to this, right? So what we are simply doing is from this table we are taking the value from this name column with a particular condition where id is equal to 1. So in if you go to the table, you see ID equal to 1, name is Ali. So in this variable, Ali will be displayed. Why? Because the value with the condition, you can see ID equal to 1, name is Ali. So this name with this condition is satisfying which value? Ali, right? So this variable will contain Ali as a value, and if we want to see that value we have to select it, right? Select at the rate variable. Now let's execute this particular line of codes and see what we are getting. So you can see that we are getting Ali, but there is no column name. We can also give it as alias. Let's say if you want to display, you can take it any, right? So let's say if we now execute it again, you will see that Ali is coming. So what I'm trying to explain here is that column value goes into variable. Okay, so if we, what you can give any condition. Okay, so if I write id equal to 2 here, so it will display what? It will display the Amir name, right? If I'll execute it again, you can see that we have Amir, right? So try to understand that. See, these are very small things. While coding, people as a beginner might get confused, right? The position of variable, right? That's what I'm trying to explain here. So if you see the student table, we have ID2 is Amir, right? So you can, modify the conditions and get the output values accordingly. So I hope that scenario 1 is clear. Scenario 1 is just trying to explain that whatever value this column name contains from this table with the particular condition, whatever record is satisfying that condition, that value will get stored in this variable and you can see the value in that variable using this. Okay, id equal to 2 have displayed Amir, id equal to 1 has displayed as Ali. Okay, so I hope this scenario 1 is clear, where it says that whenever you see in the code like this, so column value goes into variable. Okay, now we go to scenario number 2. Okay, let's jump to the scenario number 2. I am going to utilize the same piece of code. Okay, so now what is happening? I am going to explain scenario 2. Scenario 2 is saying that compare column with variable. See the position. Okay. Now what we are going to do, you have to see the position, right? So let's jump back to the SQL Server Studio. You can see that again we are initializing a variable with the data type varchar 50. Now what I'm trying to do is, just a second, let me remove these lines. Now I'm going to initialize a value to this variable. Okay, just try to understand the difference. Okay, now I'm going to initialize a value Ali here. Okay, note that I am not selecting it from the table. That is the scenario 1. Scenario 2, I am just initializing a value to this variable at the rate name, which is equal to Ali. Now let me just query select star from student where name is equals to at the rate name. Now notice the difference here. Okay, let me just try to execute it and see what results we are getting. Okay, so let me execute this. Now see what is happening here. Okay, you have declared the variable name with the data type varchar 50. I have initialized the value here. Even you can initialize any value from this table. When you execute this table, you can see that either you can assign Ali, either you can assign Amir. For demonstration purpose, I have taken the example Ali. What here we are doing, we are just initializing the value to a variable. Now here what is happening? Note the position here. This is the main thing which you need to understand. So where name is equal to at the rate name, this what value it contains? It has contained the value Ali. So now what will happen here is that this Ali, wherever in the table that value exists, it will display that record, right? If you, I hope you understand the context, right? So when you are getting only with the row Ali, because right now what is happening, right now the whatever value you will set here, corresponding to that whatever record exists in this table, it is going to display that record. Where name means now the SQL Server will look in the table where Ali is stored, it is going to display that record. If you want, you can change Amir here as well. Okay, now what it will do, it will try to search for Amir record. So you can see that right now we have Amir also displayed. So you have to understand the position here, right? So what it is this saying? Compare column with the variable. So whatever variable the value you have assigned, it is going to check in the table for that particular record and display it. Okay. I hope you have got the context. Let's jump to scenario number 3. Now what does the scenario number 3 says here? Show variable value as output column. Okay, so let's just try to understand this particular scenario. Let me name it as scenario number 3. Okay, now what it will do is we are going again. Let me just remove this. We are going to declare a variable at the rate name varchar data type 50. We are going to set the at the rate name equal to Amir. Let's utilize the Amir example here. And now what we are doing is select at the rate name as name. Okay. Now what is the difference here? See, you have declared the variable, we have initialized the value to the variable. It is now just outputting the value. Okay. It is like as name. Name is the alias name here. It is just used to like output the column name. That's it. It is doing nothing else. Amir is there at the rate name. What is the value? Amir. Amir is displayed. It's just the alias name it has given. So this is the third scenario, show variable value as output column. And the easy memory trick is in compare and out. So I hope you have got the context, because see, these are very small things. If you understand the position, I think it will help you in the code as well. So once you are familiar with this concept, this will definitely help you in the long run. So I hope you have liked this video, and thank you. Stay happy, stay blessed. Thanks all.